If your small business is booming, you might say,
Cha-ching!
but you should say,
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
and we'll help your growing business. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I had that dream again. My small business needs IT help, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Get 50% off your first job post at linkedin.com/Pandora offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
With McValue at McDonald's, get any size pumpkin spice iced coffee for just 99 cents until 11 a.m. And try our pumpkin and cream pie. They're spiced and priced so very nice. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This week's episode of the Fangirls Podcast is sponsored by Tax Pros, dedicated to providing a full range of advanced tax planning and tax resolution services, offering phone and video appointments. Learn more at taxpros.com. That's taxprose.com. Hello and welcome to the Fangirls Podcast, a place for fun, fandoms, friendship, and most importantly, fangirling. I'm Julie, and today is a very special day. It is Bring Your Friend to Work Day, aka Bring Your Correspondents to Work Day, because we have Miss China and Miss Shireen with us today, and we are ready to talk about all things Paleyfest, right, girls?
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready?
Huzzah! Now, I know we've been telling you guys for so long that we're going to Paleyfest. We're going to Paleyfest. We finally went. It was amazing. It was everything and more. And it was everything and more, mainly because I got to go with two wonderful humans. What is life,
It was
right?
amazing.
We went and saw the Mandalorian panel. And then I saw an additional panel, which I'll get to later. First things first, ladies. Hot take. What was your initial thoughts on Paleyfest?
My favorite part was how much they wanted to say but couldn't say. And like you could tell the nerdiness in them was like, we want to share this information, but we can't. We want to, but I can't. But I loved it.
Yeah.
It was such a human moment that was just pure nerd in them. I loved it.
It was really cool. It was like a home away from Comic-Con. You know, you had like a whole other panel. It was just a variety of Star Wars Celebration, and it was really nice. I mean, it felt just right. The only thing I wasn't a fan of was they showed us an episode we all saw already, which was annoying. But it's fine. It's fine. I won't be bitter about it.
Right. We were hyped. We were hyped for some like special screening of something new and crazy. Like, don't get me wrong. Seeing it in the Dolby Theater with the sound and all the fans around, and everyone screaming, and that was fun. But like, I really would love to have seen something new and exciting.
Yeah.
Right. An Ahsoka trailer.
They said
anything.
special screening.
Yeah,
They
it's a
did.
special screening. Ahsoka trailer, some kind of little clip, some kind of ending we didn't know.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, I would have took a behind the scenes clip.
But it's fine.
Something.
Whatever.
It's fine. It's fine. It was fine.
I was really impressed with our seats, all things considered.
I did not know. I thought, because the floor sold out, right? The people who have the membership that's higher than mine, they sold out the entire bottom floor. So when I got tickets, I was like, okay, one floor up. I thought it was legitimately another floor. We
like
were
a
like,
mezzanine.
Yeah.
yeah, like I was thinking like a whole level, like another, we had to go upstairs. No, we went downstairs. Did we technically go down?
Right.
Go down a few
Yeah.
steps,
Yeah, we
and we were
did.
still on the floor.
I'm manifesting it for future Paleyfest. But you know the balcony seating where you
Oh
where
Yeah.
you think like royalty is gonna sit?
right.
I want to sit there. I want to be one of the old guys from the Muppets, like giving
Ooh.
peanut gallery feedback. Just being
Yeah.
like, oh, really, Pascal? You know, like, tell me more.
Can I get a monocle? Can I show up with like a monocle
Yeah,
or
little-
like those like
Binoc-
fancy binoculars?
Yeah.
Little tiny ones.
Yeah. Next
mean,
time.
I know everybody who sits on the floor during the Oscars in the front row, that's elite. That's creme de la creme. But if you get a balcony seat, I think that's a different level of just VIP.
It's like a different tax bracket, man.
It is.
You know?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably have a whole different entrance. Like you just come through the back, maybe like a velvet rope.
Includes a limo service. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Red carpet out. Like get your
Again,
fancy
experience.
binoculars ready.
But doing this with you guys over the Mandalorian panel was everything. And it's just so hard to top. Emily in Paris with you, China, was beautiful. It was truly a one-of-a-kind experience. And then Star Wars. And I was like, I don't know how you top either of these.
Right.
How?
I know. I mean, I don't even know what other TV shows they could announce, right? Unless they do like a Marvel series, which they did miss Marvel at the New York one last year.
Okay.
Which would have been insane. So if they do a Marvel one at the next Paleyfest in LA, okay, maybe. But like, how do you top the Star Wars franchise? You know what I mean?
You
I don't
can't.
know.
Right.
Star Wars for life. We're the number one fan base in the world.
Right.
The March Madness draft pick of all the different fandoms to the end. You know what I mean?
We need to create that for 2024.
Yeah.
It's like Star Wars Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's the end, right? Unless they're in the same bracket. Like the championship game is Marvel versus Star Wars.
Star Wars is winning right now, let's be real, but I know that's not what we're talking about today. You know.
I mean, with Star Wars Celebration and all of the announcements that were made, like they have a whole timeline and a half coming out.
I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm going to Japan. Sorry.
Yes, please do it. Absolutely do it.
Are you guys ready for some tea?
I love tea.
Always.
All right, folks. This is a part of the show where we spill the tea. This means spoilers. So if you aren't caught up on all the Paleyfest spoilers that have come out recently, we're here to break that news to you right now. All right. Serious question. What is your dream Paleyfest panel? Because I think we already might have gone. But enlighten me. What is your dream Paleyfest panel?
Paleyfest is TV. Okay, so that narrows it down a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say Twilight reunion.
Oh, that would have been dope. Twilight the series, actually.
Right.
Ooh.
After already, like, I feel like doing a Star Wars one is dope. Check that off my list.
Right.
I want to do a Marvel one. All of them. Let's do a Marvel TV panel. Bring them all out.
Yes.
Everybody. You just have like the entire stage lined up with like 20,000 chairs. Everyone comes out. Kevin Feige's there. The robot Kevin Feige's there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, let's do it. I'm in. Let's do it.
The Last of Us, because it was such a breakout show this year. Why would they not do it? And the crowd went wild when Jon Favreau said that he was hype. I thought it'd be fun.
I'm going to go with Outlander.
Yes.
I'm a very dedicated Outlander fan, and they actually were scheduled to do a Paleyfest panel back in 2020, and it got canceled because of the pandemic. And I think it was actually going to be hosted at the Dolby Theater. And I was super tempted because like at the time when they announced Paleyfest tickets in January, they were just starting to cover COVID and how so many people were getting sick. And I was like, but like how sick? Like how sick is sick? Please tell me, because like Sam Heughan and the whole cast, it would be great. And then we could travel back in time and not get sick because they'll probably bring the Stones with them also. And I was so hell-bent and I was like, okay, oh, they're kind of pricey. And I was waiting it out and then they canceled it. And I was like, okay, so nobody wins. That's fine. I can handle that answer. That's fine. I'm good.
If I can't go, no one can go.
Right. And I know the 8th season is going to be their last season. So putting it out into the universe, I hope they are able to make a Paleyfest cameo or appearance somewhere down the road.
That would actually be super smart for them to do it for their last season because that's what they did for Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Yeah.
When they came this year, this was their final season.
I mean, it's just timing. Plus, that's when all the shows really win big awards too. Like Outlander has been, outcasted during the major award shows, and I think it's their time to shine. I really do. Fingers crossed.
Some of their best acting was season 1 and 2. That's crazy.
Top 2 favorite moments from the Mandalorian panel.
Papi Chulo.
Yeah. When he said that, the whole audience done. They were done.
Yeah, that was fun. I just love when Dave Filoni talks. He has so much insight and wisdom. I can hear him talk about Star Wars all day.
I think there is a certain art that both he and Favreau have where they can say everything and nothing all at the same time. I mean, I think China, you hit the nail on the head. Yeah, everything in their power not to say any spoilers. Shireen caught one for sure.
Oh, he was gonna say Sabine for sure.
Yeah, he was for sure gonna say Sabine.
The
like,
words were halfway out of his mouth.
Dave was like shaking and hysterically like laughing to himself, like, oh God, that almost happened. Oh God. Oh God. And we witnessed history in that respect. I feel like that was a treat in itself.
One of my favorites happened not even at the panel, like before the panel. Remember we walked in and everyone's just like staring at something, and then everyone just started screaming. No one has any idea who was there or what was happening. Yeah. Someone started screaming, then everyone started screaming. Everyone's like, why are we screaming? They're like, I don't know. That's like Star Wars franchise. We're just hyped. We're hyped for anything. No one was there.
Some guy's phone. I'm like, look more. Put your phone down. Come on, give me something. It was super fun.
Probably like someone who works for the Dolby Theater. He's like, I'm going to my break.
Walking by. Yeah.
I'm going to my break. Screams for him.
What piece of advice would you give someone who's never experienced Paleyfest?
Get a membership before tickets go on sale.
Good one.
Because if not, you're going to sit up high and the tickets are going to sell out quickly. Because we got in early too.
We did.
We got in a separate line too. So that was cool. Don't watch the last episode before you go, I guess.
Don't.
I watch it to prepare, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Try to eat something before that's not a grilled cheese from a cafe that barely knows how to make grilled cheese.
Facts.
The only thing that was like not busy was this cafe, and then they put three slices, it seemed like 7 slices of cheese on a piece of bread. Put it in a toaster for 5 seconds, and they're like, there it is. So I would suggest just eating, because Hollywood sucks, especially if it's in the Dolby Theater. Just grab something on the way and take care of yourself, Those are long days when you do stuff like that.
My advice would be go with a Paleyfest member, and or go with someone who's gone beforehand, because they will show you all the tips and tricks of things to look for during the whole show, whether it's just taking the whole ambiance in. But I remember going with you, China, to Emily in Paris, and you pointed out a plethora of things. Get yourself a nerdy friend. There you go.
There's a few of us out there. You can befriend us. It's fine.
Right. Well, I also went to the Yellowstone panel, and that was wild. The cast of Yellowstone was slated to be there. I enjoy the show. I really do. It's written well, great story, great cast. And Paleyfest printed out that the whole cast was supposed to be there. They publicized the whole thing in print, put it on the interweb, put it everywhere. Okay. And not one of them showed up. They called in, and I'm referring to them as third string based on their roles in the show, not because they're not good actors. They are wonderful actors, and massive shout out to them for showing up. These specific actors were called in very last minute, and they showed up. But to give Paleyfest next to no notice, to give your cast that showed up next to no notice, that's just rude. That's rude. And all the fans who paid big money to see the cast there. I have never seen so many people walk out, let alone walk out of the Dolby Theater. That is unheard of. And
that's so sad.
Oh, it was
so uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah. And the moderator was kind of rude, to be honest. She was irritated that the cast didn't show up. So she hit Josh Lucas with some questions that were uncomfortable. And the premise of the show is that it is based off of Montana politics. And she went for it and immediately asked, well, what would you tell folks who would think that this show is just geared towards red states and red state viewers? And Josh Lucas answered it very gracefully and said, it's so much more than just politics. It's a great story. It's about love. It's about family. There's more to it than just what you guys see on the surface. And I realize it's not for everyone, but everyone who's here knows it's for them. Taylor Sheridan, who was slated to be there, the producer, was not there. And I can't help but think he purposely had these 4 actors on stage because they haven't seen a script and couldn't say anything about the upcoming season. And they answered everything and nothing all at the same time because they had nothing to report. It was just a classic example of bad show.
Did they say what happened? Like, I don't
Oh,
understand how they just, everyone was like, peace, we're not coming. Even the producer, like, that's pretty ridiculous.
right. They try to say it was production scheduling. And at the time, Montana was knee deep in snow. So we know it's not due to filming issues. And there is a lot of talk about Kevin Costner not returning, which has stirred up a lot of controversy amongst the cast and pay and so forth for negotiations. Well, if he's out, that means there's room for my salary to get bumped up if I stay.
Oh.
So
there it is. That's totally it.
So rather than having some of your cast show up and not be able to answer questions, you just make sure nobody can answer a question about Kevin Costner not being in the next season. I mean, that makes no sense. Or they're all irritated that he's not returning or whatever the case may be. And they even had an executive there who directly answered the question of, well, he's a big part of the show, so I can't see him not returning, but he couldn't confirm it. And that's why everybody was there, because they wanted to hear him say that he was going to be there, or at least in the next season. And he couldn't even answer a lot of the questions that were directed at him. They skipped like 4 questions because nobody could answer it. It was just wild.
That's so awkward.
Yeah.
It's so awkward.
To this day, Paramount hasn't issued a statement to apologize to anybody. It was a total shit show on Twitter the following day. And rather than getting ahead of it, because I feel like Paleyfest was left in the dark also, Paley Center, because they would have issued refunds at the gate if they knew that was the case.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the panel, before they show the episode, you have one of their board members come out, give the spiel about why you should be a Paleyfest member. And thanks, to our sponsors and so forth, and, deliver the whole spiel. He did that. We watched the episode, and then he came back just terrified because he had to deliver the news that the slated cast was not going to be there. And everybody thought it was an April Fool's joke. It was not.
Damn.
I mean, half the crowd was like, oh, it's an April Fool's joke. And he's like, oh, okay. Have a good night, folks.
He was backstage like, all right, rock, paper, scissors. Who wants to do this? Because I'm not down.
Right.
That's so uncomfortable. And what's crazy about it is when we were going, right, one of our friends was trying to come last minute. And when she went looking for, granted it was Star Wars, but when she was looking for Star Wars tickets, they were like $700 last minute. So I can't imagine what those people who were front row were paying.
Well, imagine you guys traveled down there. Imagine people that traveled in too. Like they paid flights.
Exactly. Came down, flights, drove down, got hotel rooms in Hollywood, which is not cheap.
Right. The demographic of people that were there was definitely date night. This was probably the only show that husbands and wives thoroughly enjoyed together, and they thought this was going to be a great date night, only for it to go south super fast. And I don't know. I just look at the cast thinking you guys knew better, and you still did your fan base dirty. This is just a really bad way to flex some privilege that you guys really wouldn't have without your fan base. And I don't know. It was just really disappointing from that perspective. And after the panel ended, the celebrities were immediately removed from the stage. Like, you thought Pedro got off the stage fast. Nope. Josh Lucas, like, angry power walk just the whole way. And I went up to one of the Dolby employees and I was like, are you guys okay? And she was like, don't check in with us. Check in with Paleyfest or the Paley Center. Yeah. They need all the hugs. They need all the love. Wow. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So Mandalorian was great. Lots of areas of improvement for Yellowstone.
It's called balance.
Yeah, I know.
It's called balance. They have one really good night, one not so good night.
Yeah. Well, you guys really set the bar for Paleyfest for me. So thank you for a wonderful weekend.
Go next year.
Next year, we're going to do March Madness bracket playoff.
We got to get the fancy binoculars.
And now it is time for the spotlight of the week. Tax Pros, an award-winning tax firm dedicated to providing their clients with a full range of advanced tax planning and tax resolution services. With 3 locations in Southern California, Tax Pros is there to meet you where you are, offering phone and video appointments. Learn more or book an appointment today at Tax Pros, taxprose.com. We here at the Fangirls Podcast are not affiliated with the following: Paleyfest, the Paley Center for Arts, Dolby Theater, Star Wars franchise, Paramount Studios, Paramount Plus, or anything Yellowstone related, or anything related to anything that we talked about today. For all intents and purposes, we're just really big fans.
If your small business is booming and ready to expand, you might say something like,
"It's happening!"
Booyah!
Crushed it.
but if you need someone who can actually help protect your growing business, just say,
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
and just like that, your State Farm agent can help you get the coverage you need for your new space. For your small business insurance needs, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I had that dream again. My small business needs an office admin, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire an energy vampire. But also, they're a literal vampire. And suddenly, my team is spending all their time sharpening wooden stakes and buying bulk silver and rehearsing ancient chants, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant takes insights from over 1 billion professionals to create a short list of the best fits for you. Get 50% off your first job post at linkedin.com/Pandora offer. Terms and conditions apply.
For over 100 years, Schlage has made door handles and locks that are built for real life. Hardware backed by rigorous testing, both by industry experts and by busy families. Schlage's dedication to detail is trusted in over 40 million homes. This commitment to quality is why Schlage is America's most trusted lock. Strength and durability you can count on. Explore door hardware built for real life at Schlage.com.
Morning people wake up for peace and quiet. McDonald's breakfast people, we wake up for the sweet rush of getting that warm, delicious breakfast right before it ends.
With McValue at McDonald's, get any size pumpkin spice iced coffee for just 99 cents until 11 a.m. And try our pumpkin and cream pie. They're spiced and priced so very nice. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Doug. Limu and I always tell you to customize your car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. But now, we want you to feel it. Cue the emu music, Limu. Save yourself money today. Increase your wealth. Customize and save, we say. That may have been too much feeling.
Only pay for what you need at LibertyMutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.